Have you ever looked at a bird and thought, it's just a bird, a creature with feathers, wings, and a tiny brain fluttering from tree to tree? Most people assume birds operate on instinct alone, living simple lives without much thought or intelligence. But what if that assumption is completely wrong? What if one bird possesses a level of intelligence so remarkable that scientists compare it to some of the smartest mammals on Earth? What if a bird could solve puzzles, plan ahead, recognize faces, use tools, remember hundreds of hiding places, and even understand cause and effect? Today we're exploring the incredible story of what many researchers consider the smartest bird in the world. And by the end of this video, you may never look at birds the same way again. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from the natural world. Now let's discover the bird that continues to amaze scientists across the globe. At first glance, it doesn't look particularly special. Its feathers are mostly black. Its appearance is ordinary. It lacks the bright colors of parrots or the majestic beauty of eagles. Yet hidden behind those dark eyes is a mind capable of astonishing feats. Meet the crow. More specifically, members of the crow family, known as corvids. This group includes crows, ravens, magpies, and jays. For decades, scientists believed advanced intelligence belonged mainly to primates, such as chimpanzees and gorillas. After all, these animals have large brains, complex social lives, and the ability to use tools. Birds seemed unlikely candidates for extraordinary intelligence. Their brains are tiny compared to mammals. But research has revealed something surprising. Brain size alone does not determine intelligence. What matters is how efficiently the brain is organized. And in that regard, crows are exceptional. Some studies have shown that certain crow species possess cognitive abilities comparable to great apes. Think about that for a moment. A bird with abilities rivaling some of the smartest mammals on Earth. One of the most famous examples came from a crow named Betty. Scientists presented Betty with a challenge. A small bucket of food was placed inside a narrow tube. Nearby was a straight piece of wire. To retrieve the food, the wire needed to be bent into a hook. The researchers expected the task to be difficult, but something incredible happened. Betty picked up the wire and carefully bent it into a hook shape using her beak. Then she lowered the newly created tool into the tube and lifted out the food. This wasn't simple trial and error. It appeared to be genuine problem-solving. The crow created a tool for a purpose and successfully used it. The scientific community was stunned. At the time, such behavior was considered extremely rare outside of primates. Yet, here was a bird inventing a solution on its own. And that was only the beginning. In the wild, New Caledonian crows regularly manufacture tools. They cut leaves into specific shapes. They select sticks of particular lengths. They modify objects to help them reach insects hidden deep inside trees. Some even keep favorite tools and carry them from place to place. Imagine crafting your own equipment and storing it for future use. That's exactly what these birds do. But tool-making isn't the only reason scientists admire them. Their memory is equally extraordinary. Crows can remember human faces for years. In one famous experiment, researchers wore unusual masks while capturing and releasing wild crows. The experience was harmless, but the birds clearly disliked it. Years later, whenever the researchers appeared wearing those same masks, the crows reacted immediately. They sounded alarm calls. They followed the individuals. They warned other birds. What's even more fascinating is that young crows who had never experienced the original capture also learned to recognize the dangerous faces. Information was being passed through generations. The birds were sharing knowledge. Think about how remarkable that is. Many people struggle to remember someone they met briefly years ago. Yet these birds can remember specific faces and communicate that information to others. And their intelligence extends even further. Scientists have discovered that crows understand concepts that many animals cannot grasp. For example, they can solve multi-step puzzles. Instead of focusing only on an immediate reward, they can work through several stages to achieve a goal. This ability requires planning and foresight. It's a sign of advanced cognition. In laboratory tests, some crows have demonstrated an understanding of water displacement. You may remember the ancient story of Archimedes. Drop an object into water, and the water level rises. Researchers adapted this concept into a bird intelligence test. A floating treat was placed inside a tube partially filled with water. The reward was out of reach. The crow couldn't simply grab it. Instead, the bird dropped stones into the tube. As the water level rose, the treat floated higher and eventually became reachable. The crow solved the problem. It understood the relationship between the objects and the changing water level. Not every animal can do this. In fact, many mammals fail the same challenge. Yet, crows often succeed. Their problem-solving skills continue to surprise scientists. Another astonishing trait is their social intelligence. Crows live in complex communities. They cooperate with one another. They learn from observation. They watch the actions of others and adapt their own behavior accordingly. Young birds often learn important survival skills by observing older, more experienced members of the group. This social learning helps knowledge spread throughout crow populations. Researchers have even observed what appear to be crow funerals. When a crow dies, others sometimes gather around the area. They become unusually quiet and attentive. Scientists believe these gatherings may help birds learn about potential dangers in the environment. Whether it's mourning or information gathering, the behavior demonstrates a level of social awareness that is difficult to ignore. And then there is the question of planning for the future. Many animals focus almost entirely on the present moment. Crows, however, appear capable of anticipating future needs. In some experiments, they selected tools they would need later rather than choosing immediate rewards. This suggests they can think ahead. They are not simply reacting to what's happening now. They are preparing for what might happen next. That ability is considered one of the hallmarks of advanced intelligence. Perhaps the most surprising aspect of crow intelligence is how adaptable it is. These birds thrive in cities, forests, farms, and countless other environments. They learn quickly. They observe human behavior. They discover new food sources. They adjust to changing conditions. While many species struggle when their surroundings change, crows often find creative ways to succeed. You may have even seen examples without realizing it. In some cities, crows drop nuts onto roads. When cars drive over them, the shells crack open. The birds then wait for traffic lights to stop vehicles before safely collecting the food. Think about the sequence involved. The crow must recognize the relationship between cars and cracked shells. It must understand traffic patterns. It must wait for the right moment. This is far more sophisticated than simple instinct. It's intelligent adaptation. So why are crows so smart? Scientists are still searching for complete answers. One theory suggests that living in complex social groups helped drive the evolution of intelligence. Another points to the challenges of finding food in constantly changing environments. To survive, these birds needed flexibility, creativity, and strong memories. Over time, natural selection rewarded those abilities. The result is a bird capable of feats that once seemed impossible. A creature with a brain no larger than a walnut, yet capable of solving problems that leave researchers amazed. The next time you see a crow perched on a fence, sitting in a tree, or walking along a sidewalk, remember this: you are not looking at a simple bird. You are looking at one of nature's greatest intellectual achievements. A master problem solver, a toolmaker, a planner, a strategist, a creature whose intelligence continues to challenge our understanding of what animals are capable of. And perhaps the most shocking part of all is this: the smartest bird in the world has been living alongside humans for centuries. Most of us simply never realized it. If you enjoyed this fascinating journey into the world of crow intelligence, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever witnessed a crow doing something surprisingly intelligent? Let us know below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure into the wonders of nature.